born Benjamin John Francis. Phoenix Jones is the leader of a 10-member citizen crime prevention patrol group, sometimes controversial. They call themselves the Rain City Superhero Movement. CBS showed Jones entering a back room of an unnamed comic book store in which he changes into a costume which consists of a bulletproof... Is that bulletproof vest, really?
Yes, sir.
Wow. That's good to know. Yeah. A bulletproof vest, stab plating so you can't get stabbed.
Yep. This one doesn't have the stab plating. The police confiscated that suit.
They did. And you have a stun baton. May I see it?
I didn't bring that into the building. I could only get this by security.
Oh, my Lord. If a bear attacks us, you'll be able to make it safe.
Well, bear mace is only 800. This is 2 million, so it's a little different.
Oh, that's stronger pepper spray?
Yeah.
Is that pepper spray?
Yeah, it's actually, I use OC gas.
Wait a minute. Are you saying, like, bear stuff is wussy compared to what you're carrying?
Well, yeah, but explain. But bear stuff is wussy compared to what anyone's carrying, and the reason is that bears have extra sensory. They smell better, they hear better. You don't need as much.
Oh,
so it would actually do permanent damage to a bear to use human pepper spray on a bear.
Come on.
So human pepper spray is normally 800 SHU.
But isn't human pepper spray cheaper than the last chance before you enter the state park bear spray?
It is cheaper, but only because of the quantity and the size of the
Much
can.
more of it is made.
Yeah, this stuff right here, though, this is the real deal. This is OC. This is the OC stuff, the stuff they use in like a military gas chamber. This is totally different.
Okay. So welcome, Phoenix Jones. I've seen you on the news a bunch. I'm a little weirded out by you, but don't take that personal because you have some big fans in the room.
I can't take it that personal.
Yeah. What is your current superhero status? Like, have you still got all of your powers, or have some of them been taken away?
Well, I think that's a big difference between comic book superheroes and real life superheroes, and there's a weird adjustment there. When you get to becoming like a live action superhero or a real life superhero, there's certain things that just don't work, and superpowers.
So you're a lot more like akin to Batman, who's just a man who puts on a suit.
A detective is his superpower.
Yes,
absolutely.
Yeah, and we had set up some wires so you could fly around the room, so it's kind of a waste now. You seriously are into citizen crime prevention. What are the legalities of that? I'm sure you're finding out.
Oh, you know what? Surprisingly enough, here's the best thing about where we live. Every state is different, right? But where we live, we're big on letting citizens protect themselves. It's an open carry state. You can carry anything you want as long as you openly carry it and don't conceal it, which actually becomes a problem for me a lot of the times. I have kids who walk around the city with axes. Little, not my guys. I've run into these guys. There's a little gang of kids. Yep. They walk around with little axes, and I tell the police all the time, hey, that dude's got an axe with his shirt off walking through a crowd of people. They're like, yeah, it's legal.
It's legal. There's nothing we can do about it.
So, I mean, my pepper spray is really very relative compared to the dude I meet with an axe.
Okay. Now, the suit's cool. How'd you have that made?
There's a guy, extremedesignfx.com, and he makes suits. Mine's different than what you're going to find there, but he made the rubber parts, and then from there I sent it to Baker Ballistics and got the bulletproofing done.
What's the cost on that?
Well, this one is not so expensive. The other one that the police confiscated as quotations evidence was like $7,777.
Holy moly!
What are they doing with that? That makes me mad.
They're probably wearing it and taking photos.
Yeah.
But I mean,
stacking people in pyramids.
Right. Here's the thing.
Let's get into the trouble you had with the police. Jody will give us some of the backstory, but what's going on here?
Well, you could certainly tell it better than I, but apparently, from what we understand, there was a group of revelers late night. You came upon them, and that's where the stories drift off in two separate ways, right?
Absolutely.
What really happened?
Well, let's see. An accurate of what really happened, right?
Yeah.
As soon as I got
hold on, and you're under your superhero oath of honesty.
Yeah, that was.
That's
without saying. Okay. No. So
he's wearing the costume.
Honestly, what happens is I'm walking with the journalist and a guy. That guy right there, actually. Ryan McNamee records all my videos. He just makes sure I don't get arrested or people say something I didn't do, which in this case was amazing. So we come across, we're walking on First Avenue, and he actually spots it. He goes, oh my God, huge fight. And then the reporter that I'm with is like, hey, go. So I'm like, I'm in. So I start running down the street towards this brawl. I got my voice dialer on, so I hit the button and I tell him to dial 911. I don't have it on this. My other suit has a voice dialer.
Is it like a Starfleet communicator button?
Kind of.
Okay.
It's sort of like just like a flat phone dialer. You can hit it and it dials to your pocket.
911.
And then I've got a little land
that
thing.
That suit is very next generation. It would have worked on the series, but on a certain planet. But go ahead.
And then what do you call it? From there, it's got like internet, so I can go online and do a whole bunch of other stuff. But either way, so I'm running in there and I'm going down, and I get right in the middle of the brawl, and they knock this guy over, and they kick him in the face, and they start punching him. I pull out the pepper spray, and I pepper spray the guy who's kicking him. That's it. My pepper spray is also really famous because it has.
So you're
orange
pepper spraying
dye.
somebody who is attacking a citizen.
Absolutely, and I have it on video.
Did you say anything?
When I was running in, yeah, I told everybody call 911 as I'm running in, and then I said break it up, break it up, break it up.
Do you have like a superhero catchphrase? Here I come to save the day.
Stop, evildoer.
I think it's more important to like accurately assess the situation than yell at
Spray first, say your phrase later.
Well, I'm accurately assessing the situation could be a catchy phrase.
Yeah.
And you say this stuff has orange dye, so it'll mark the.
Yeah, it's actually really cool. I got used it earlier when a guy was stealing a party bus downtown.
Right,
I got him and I pepper sprayed him, and it actually dyes their face a really awesome shade of orange. So it's pretty impressive.
Between that and the tears, it's
You're right. He's a good guy.
I told you.
Yeah,
All
it's
right,
awesome.
so, and you know, you're very careful to not do anything illegal, and you're very careful to record everything you do. So you're
Absolutely.
standing by your principles.
No, I've in this super suit on patrol. I have never once broken the law
Okay.
to this day.
So why did they confiscate your suit? Suit.
Well, here's what there's two answers. There's the politically correct answer and then the truth. So the politically correct answer is to do an accurate investigation, we need to have everything that was involved. The fact that your identity was concealed by a supersuit therefore makes it evidence that we need to take to prove that you are the man underneath the suit.
Okay.
Because I could get in a super suit. You could put anybody in a super suit.
Exactly.
And with perhaps I would need a mask as well. But I could dress up as you.
I guess so, right?
And say you did it, and this is in every episode of Batman, right?
Right, it is.
And here's the truthful answer. The truthful answer is when I decided to do this, I walked into a police station and said, "Hey, this is my super suit. I'm this guy."
You already identified yourself.
Completely.
But true. But how do they know you're in the suit?
Oh, I'm getting there.
Okay.
And then
it could be the Riddler. It could be the Joker.
It could be anyone. And then I've also every time you're involved in an incident where someone is pepper sprayed and or injured and you're the guy there, they arrest both parties just for the time being and they detain
but they
you.
confiscated your suit.
Well, they detained
do you
you.
call every day and ask about the suit? Are you getting
Yeah,
the suit
I
back?
call several times.
Several times a day. Hi, it's me, Phoenix Jones. Yeah, Phoenix.
Well, the thing that's weird is that no one is assigned to my suit, so there's not an officer I can call directly. It's kind of nice that way. I think it takes the blame off anybody.
So they're jerking you around. All right, what's next?
What's next?
What's next for you? What are your patrol hours? You can't be everywhere. How do people find you? And do you have some kind of signal we can flash into the sky?
No signal. And if you want to find me, good luck unless you're committing a crime. And then
I love that talk.
Yeah.
And then what do you call it? The other thing is my patrol hours are very random. I go through and I figure out where the times are the crime is happening, the kind of crime that I like to get involved in, and then I basically strategically place myself there at that time.
So you have your ways.
Absolutely, yeah.
You're figuring out where you're likely to see a crime. Do you lurk in the shadows?
It's really kind of fun.
It's hard to be very
in
anonymous.
Lurking in the shadows is actually the worst way to stop crime and not get arrested.
You want your presence to be known. You want to know Phoenix Jones is in the hood.
There's the things I legally need to do, right?
By being there.
Well, you need to know I'm coming. First off, I need to pre-warn you and give you time to stop your activity, right? And then secondly, I have to act with equal escalation. So I cannot escalate a scenario, right? So the good thing about equal escalation is the more people that are involved, the harder it is for one person to be called escalating. So when there's 8 people beating up 2 people,
I have a question for you.
I really can't escalate.
I have a question for you. Oh, man. Are you organizing superheroes all over the country? This is like the Occupy movement. You could have a network of superheroes, much like that movie. What is it called?
X-Men?
X-Men. You could organize superheroes, get people to join up and take your pledge and do it your way, and you could have an army of people like you all over the country. It'd be huge.
Well, here's the thing. There's a group called there's a group of real life superheroes all around the world. There's 200 to 400 of us.
I'm not just thinking of this.
No, but the ones who agree on the same thing, that's hard to find because it takes an interesting personality to put on the suit. A lot of times you find guys who are kind of socially awkward who live at their mom's house, and then other times you find
Peter Parker syndrome.
Yeah, it's sort of awkward. And since I'm like the weird one in the bunch,
Occupy mom's basement.
I'm the weird one in the bunch because I was like a high school athlete and I've had jobs my entire life. I live by myself. I have family, kids.
You're a lone wolf.
I'm the weird one,
Yeah.
Okay.
which is awkward.
So, wow.
I love
I am amazed by you. I think you're interesting and amazing. There's got to be something weird about you, but I hope we never drill in underneath your house and find out what it is.
No.
There's probably some
Going to come at me with the
layer
John
of
Wayne
it.
Gacy stuff.
That's what. No, I'm thinking of Bruce Wayne Gacy. Actually, I don't know.
Right, it's in Batcave, not dead bodies.
No, I'm thinking Batcave. Do you have a lair somewhere? Do you have a?
It's funny.
Does a tree does an automatic gate opener move a tree out of the way and you drive into a mountain? What happens?
I mean, it's funny you would ask that because when I had a secret identity before the whole demasking thing, I would always tell people I changed it to a comic book store. But the truth is, my friend owns that store and it has a secret back room, and it kept the pressure off me.
Right.
So I just basically did it a few times publicly so people saw it, and then that was it. And actually, the truth is, I walk into the woods, random woods in different parts of the state, and just change in the woods, and then walk out the other side. Park one car on one side, one car on the other side.
Wow.
Walk in, change, and walk out. And that way no one follows me.
Now, do you have a Jonesmobile?
Not really.
No.
This guy drives me around 90% of the time.
Okay.
And the other half, I have a very blendable car.
Is it like a Prius? That's the easiest way to be nondescript.
I would go with something less than a Kia, like less than a Prius. I would go with probably like a Kia of some sort.
Okay, got it. Phoenix Jones, born Benjamin John Francis, but only his coworkers at the Daily Planet know that.
That's actually not even my name.
It's not your name?
No, you have it wrong.
You change. Oh, Benjamin John Francis Fodor.
Hey, there you go.
All right.
If we're going to out me, we might as well do it accurately, right?
A lot of
Coming
names.
in a mask and having a real name said. It's awesome.
Phoenix Jones, it is very interesting to meet you, and I wish you well.
Hey, it's very interesting to meet you.
Thank you for coming in. Stay in touch anytime something big happens.